In this video, I'm going to show you how to associate your Notion account so you'll be able to add new records to your Notion database through workflows in N8N. Okay, so like for example, if we're in a workflow and we want to add a new row to a database Notion page, first off, we need to add the Notion, obviously. So if we go to Notion, update a database page, we first need to add our credentials. So I'll click on Create New Credential here. And then if you ever need help setting these up, there is a link here to the documents, which are usually very helpful. Sometimes people like to watch it in a video, so that's why I'm doing it. So if you're logged into your Notion account on your computer, you can scroll down a little bit here and say, go to your Notion integration dashboard. It will then take you to this page. Click on New Integration. Give it an integration name, so just say like N8N Workflows. And then Workspace, it's just mine. Type internal, and then hit save. And then configure integration settings. The internal integration secret is here. To see it, click on show. It'll then show it to you in plain text here. Copy that, paste it in here, and then you can rename it up here if you want. I'm just going to leave a Notion account for now. Hit save. It will then say connected. Hit close. But before we continue, we want to go back to the Notion page and give it access to the pages that we want to have it actually work with. So over here, click on the tab that says Access, select Pages, and then in here, I just have a really simple demo page set up, Update Access. So if I was to come in here and add a table view, and in here I gave it a description. So one thing to know, I'm doing this on purpose, but right now, new table, it does not have a name. That is very important to give it a name because you will not get it to work correctly in N8N. So I just want to show you this and show you what happens. So if you're running into it, that might be why. So now if we go back to N8N, and if we choose database page, updates, we actually want to choose create. This will create a new field in that database. So select this and see how it comes up with his numbers. It doesn't really help us much because that is what happens whenever you leave this blank. So now if we come in here and say example table, and then give that a second to update. If I come back over here, click on this thing, the little 3 dots in a row or a column here, say refresh list. I should now have example table. So now it actually shows that title. So if you ever see like a numbers or timestamp or whatever that was, it's probably because you left the name blank. So if we come over here, we can now choose the name, say Steve, and then choose a description, and let's say test. Then if I was to execute this step, it would then tell you that it updated the name to Steve and the properties to test. If we go back to the Notion page, Steve and test. So that's a quick way of setting up a Notion table. Hopefully you found this helpful. If you have any other questions or concerns or topics for future videos, please leave them in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.